So 10 essential skills every pianist should know. Yeah, that's going to be your tutorial for tonight. And I know there are going to be some latecomers. Today I'm quite late today, but I was caught up in traffic. Okay, so let's just begin. You know how we do it. You tell me where you're watching from and you share this video. Easy peasy, and we're going to begin. So 10 essential skills. I have put up 10 essential skills that every pianist should know, and I've also put up their applications. You understand how these skills can be applied. All right, if you're ready, let's go. So quite little noise in the background, but just ignore that for now. It's going to be over soon. Let's go on. So what are the 10 skills every piano player should know? So both for beginner, advanced, intermediate, professionals, legends, I think you should know this skill. A lot of people know some of these skills and they don't even know how to apply them. You understand? So I'm also going to be showing you how to apply these skills and make very good use of it. So now, while we wait for the latecomers to join the live, what are these skills? I'm going to start from beginners, then go advanced, they'll get technical, they'll keep going, you understand? So if you're just joining, don't forget to share this video and tell me where you're watching from. All right. And just to add, our website is getting set, so it's almost getting ready. Very beautiful website. We have a section where you can chat with your fellow musicians. You can find musicians close to you. You can book a musician. You can look for a piano player, any kind of instrument they're playing. Connect. We have a session where you can actually learn what you want to learn, a tutorial session and the rest. So stay tuned. And don't forget also, membership class is starting from next month. So I'll be dropping details as it keeps going, you understand? It's been a hectic week ahead and before now, because I've been very busy trying to design that website. And so let's go straight to the point. Now, what is that first essential skill I want to show? The first one, the number one skill I'll show is this: your major scale. Yeah, some people will be surprised. Really, major scale? Yeah, major scale is the first skill everybody should know. This is the most important skill among all of them. See how simple it sounds? Major scale, because it's the number one skill, because it's so simple. Some people will be like, oh, I see major scale. Man, major scale, to me, it's the most important skill, because every single other skill are gotten from the major scale. It's either they were now gotten from flattening some notes of the major scale, or sharpening some notes of the major scale, or omitting some notes of the major scale. You understand? So the first one is major scale. I'm going to run through major scale and I'll be fast about it, because that's a simple one we know. So we all know the major scale formula, which is your root, tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. If you're playing on the key of C, you understand? So root, tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. That's it. So so we have Desire watching from Malawi. We have Musupenda watching from Zambia. Hello guys, I see you. Thank you for watching, and it's good to have you around. Okay, so I'm going to continue the class right away. So I said formula for major scale, which is the number one skill I'm teaching right away, is your one roots, tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. That's it. So if you understand what a tone is and what a semitone is, it is very, very essential. A lot of people don't know what a tone is and what a semitone. That is a very big problem, I must tell you. You know, one thing about foundational courses and foundational topics is that you will always come across it, no matter how professional you get. You will always come across it. So when I even teach my students most of the time, I tell them that their foundational courses are the most important courses they will ever learn. They are the most important course they will ever take in the course of their learning piano. You understand? So we'll have Edwin Appleton. Edwin Appleton. Sorry if I'm not pronouncing your name. Watching from Germany. So nice. We have people watching from all over the world. That's beautiful. So I'm talking about 10 essential skills every piano player should know. And in fact, I'm going to be giving out the applications for this scale. I'm looking at time. If I don't get up to 10, it means my time is up. But I'm going to try and meet up because I don't want to exceed 1 hour per class. Okay, so, all right. Hi, I see you, Ayesha Adan. I see you. So the first scale I was talking about is your major scale, which I said this is the number 1 scale, and it is the most important scale of all time. It's just like where you see greatest of all time. This one is the most important scale. Why is your major scale the most important? Because every other scale is gotten from your major scale. It's either they flatten some notes or they sharpen some notes, understand, to get any other scale. So once you know your major scale, you've solved most of your problem. Then I gave the formula for a major scale. And that's why when you want to play piano, the first thing they teach you is playing the major scale. You understand? Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. And it is only the major scale that has the exact solfa notation embedded in it. What I mean, it is only in major scale that you see do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, that you read solfa notes inside. You understand? Every other scale, what you have, you can have your number patterns, you can have your other stuff you want to have, but only major scale have is smooth. Major scale is very, very important, I'm telling you. So I advise you, the first thing you want to do, go and learn major scale on all keys. In fact, major scale will help you to identify how keys sound. It will also help you to identify how to find a key fast. You understand? It's really going to help you. If there's any skill that you don't know how to play on all keys, go and learn major scale. So I'm going to give you the formula for me. We still have 9 scales to go, so we're going to take it slow and steady. So you have to stay with me, slow and steady. No rush today, so slow and steady. All you have to do for me is you keep watching, and please share these videos and tag your friends so that other people can also benefit. I'm telling you. All right, so let's keep going. So I said the formula for major scale. Before I explain what a major scale is, before I go further to say formula for major scale, because I'm going to explain and tell you some things you probably don't even know about the simple major scale that you've been using to play all this while. Before I go to the next scale, it will be very interesting. When we get to chromatic scale and pentatonic scale, you really like that part, because there's a secret I want to show you about chromatic scale and pentatonic scale. So first things in identifying scale is to understand what is called a tone and a semitone. So you cannot press a key on the keyboard like this and call it a tone. No. Any key you press on, you just press on the keyboard, maybe you just press a single note on the keyboard, it's called your roots. It's called a root. It means that is where you want to start working from. You understand? So if we are working on the key of C's, C becomes our root. You cannot just press C and say C tone, or press on it and say C. No. It is any movement you make from your root determines what the next key will be called, if it's going to be a tone or a semitone. You understand? So there's something called a root. Root is defined as the actual destination you're working from, the destination you're working from, the point you're working from, where you're working from, because music, you have to work from somewhere. You cannot just jump anywhere. So if we are working on F, F becomes our root, F major scale, so F is our root. If you're working on D, D becomes our root. You cannot just say you press D and say D is a semitone or tone. So put this. It's very, very, very important and essential. A lot of people make this mistake, and that is why they have a lot of issues, identifying what a semitone is and a tone. Now, what is a semitone? A semitone is the shortest distance on the piano. Since I'm relating to piano, of course, I'm going to use that. But generally, in music, I'm trying to explain pressing everything down to piano. So it's shortest distance on the piano from a key to another key. You understand? So if I am on C right now and I move forward, I'll go to C sharp. So what is C sharp? C sharp becomes a semitone, one semitone from C. C alone is not a semitone. C is a root. You understand? You cannot just say C semitone. No, C is a root. Then I move from C. The next movement, because I move just one movement, a short movement, it's C sharp becomes a semitone. Understand? Now, if I say 2 semitones from C going forward, it's going to be, this is my root, so I have 1, 1, 2. So D is 2 semitones from C. If I say 6 semitones from C, you cannot count C as a semitone. C is your root. So root, the next one becomes a semitone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So put that in your mind, whether you're going forward or you're going backward. Now, let me quickly explain tone. When I explain tone, then I will now come back to the scales, because this is very essential for me to explain in order for you to know what, to understand the skills that we are going to apply right now. Because when I start giving you the scale formula, if you don't know what, it's going to be really, really disturbing. And, so I know we have some beginners, so I have to flow with it. And that is what I do every of my lesson. I go from the beginner stage, then I will get to the more advanced stage. Now, let's get back to what we are doing. Now, what is a tone? A tone is the combination of 2 semitones. So, in the cases of semitone, we treat only one movement from our roots. So, you see, from C, C sharp is a semitone from C. Now, if it is a tone, just count 2. So, this is your roots. From your root, just count 1, 2. You have 1 tone. So, 2 semitones equals 1 tone. 4 semitones equals 2 tones. So, if it's 2 tones from C, will be, this is C, our root, so start counting from the next one. 1, 2. So that is how you can understand how tones and semitones is very essential. In fact, you are supposed to learn what a tone and semitone is before you learn what a scale is, because scales are built by identifying their tones and semitones on the keyboard. So cool. So we all now understand what a tone, a semitone, and a root is. After this class, you can go and do further research. You can go and do further practice to get better at it. This is why you've been having issues playing all keys. You understand? Because you've missed some of all these foundational topics that you were supposed to attack and become a master before you even start playing very well. So let's keep going. So, major scale. Now, I will give you the formula for major scale. Most of us, we know the formula for major scale. But some people can play major scale on just one key, but they don't know how to play major scale on the other keys. Now, why is it like that? Some people play major scale based on cramming. Maybe someone was teaching them and the person told them, major scale for C is C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. That is what they put in their brain. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. So they have crammed it. So if I now come and tell them, can you play major scale on F sharp? They don't know how to play it, because they are only stereotyped to one particular major scale of a key, and they taught them how to play that particular major scale on that key without explaining the formula, the techniques, how come it is called that major scale, how it is gotten. You understand? And that is how some people are stagnant in playing one key. You understand? So I'll give you a formula, and when I teach, I'll try to teach, because see, piano is very simple. I was talking to my students the other day. I said, see, most times when I teach in my class, by the second month of teaching a total novice, they are able to play 40 songs. By the second month of teaching a total novice that has never learned piano before, they are able to play 40 songs, because it's just simple techniques that have practiced over the years with a lot of psychologists that's helping. Understand? So the formula for major scale and to apply it on all keys is your roots: tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. So you see, you can't even play major scale on all keys without you being a master of knowing what a semitone, a tone, and a root is. You understand? I'll give you that formula 1 and I'll go to the next one, because I don't want to spend so much time. We'll have 10 skills, you understand? So I'm going to try to be quick about it. So we have root, tone, tone, semitone. Write it down. Tone, 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 semitone. I'll write it again. So you see C, we have C right here. From C, the first one is root. So root is key C. From C to what will give you a tone. See, so we can't. So from C to D, we give you a tone. Then we'll have another tone. From D to what will give you a tone. 2 movement. So we have E. From E to what will give you a semitone. Go. F. From F to what will give you a tone. G. From G to what will give you a tone. A. From A to what we give you a tone. B. From B to what we give you a semitone. C. So that's why you have tone, root, tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. Some people say tone, 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 semitone. No, you cannot just say tone at the beginning. Like I said, the first note has to be a root. From the root, it's easier for you to identify what the next movement will be called or associated with. You understand? So when you run this major scale, you can now play it on all keys. You understand? If you want to play on C, if you want to play on F sharp, it's going to sound like this. Very simple. With this same formula, you're able to do what you want to do. You're able to do what you want to do on all keys. You understand? Now, that is one thing that is there. Now, in playing all this is your major scale. There's something called a conversion formula. Now, you're playing these tones, you're playing this major scale as single notes. This is on C now. You understand? Now, how do you convert this scale, these single notes of this scale? You have to now convert them to chords, because you cannot do "How excellent is your name" with one note. No, you have to convert this note to chords, so to sound something like this. And in converting this to chord, there's what is called the conversion formula. It's a formula that you can convert, that will tell you how to convert every single note of a major scale to chords. Now, they have conversion formula for major scale, minor scale, all the scales, they are conversion formulas for it. You understand? But I'm not here to talk about conversion formula or just to give you I'm just trying to give you an expo of why some people are not able to really play all keys, and play very well. You understand? So now, if you have issues, you have all these foundational issues, send me a message and get a book called Speed Piano Tutorial. Get that book. I wrote that book. It's going to help you with all your foundational issues, because I can't really go back and start in details. So it has all the conversion formulas there. So let's go straight. Now, with the conversion formula, I know that my 1 is always played as a major. My 2 is always played as a minor. And that is why in the case of C major scale, your chord 1, this is your C, which is your root, which is your 1, is played as C major chord. And your 2, which is D, is played as D minor chord. It's a conversion formula. If we apply it to another key, let's say we apply it to key G. So we have chord 1 played as G major chord. Then we have chord 2, which will be played as A minor chord. It's just a formula that is applied on once you get the formulas, you see music is just formulas. So now you understand what a major scale is. You understand? I'm not here to, because we have too many skills to talk about. So I'm just trying my best to see how I can help the extreme beginners also, you understand, and refresh their brain, and also point out some issues so people can go back and do your research, you understand. So now, if you have your major scale, let's go back to C. If you have your major scale and you've converted them to chords, some people can do this. Cool. Now, each chord also represents a suffer notation. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Now, each of these chords, each of these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 are also called progressions. That's how you now get progressions. And that is why I said it is the number 1. In fact, major scale is very important. And that's where you now get progressions. You now start getting a lot of things. So if I do, I see my face in you, I know you are the one I need. Would you tell me something? I wanna be with you every day of my life. Every day of my life. Very beautiful. You see, I'm just using major scale to play and it sounds cool. So with only major scale, you can sound very beautiful and very nice. So what is the essence of this major scale? It is like the main organ of every other scale. It is used to play songs in total. It is used. In fact, if from major scale, that's where it's very easy. If you know major scale, it is easy for you to know what a major chord is. It is easy for you to get what a minor chord is. It is easy for you to get most of the chords. For example, if I have C major scale, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Now, I want to get something like C major chord. And the formula for a major chord, a triad major chord, is root 3, 5. All I have to do is to look for my roots, look for my 3, and look for my 5 in my C major scale. You see? So if I don't know the major scale, how do I now get all these chords? How do I get it? I can't. It's impossible. So that's why, so first things first, get your major scale and you like it. So let's go to the next scale. The next scale, you're going to like this one. Because I've said a lot, I spent time talking about major scale because I see how important it is. I've not even exhausted everything I have to say about major scale. There are lots of things that is there for major scale. So let's go to the next one. So the next scale every piano should know is your minor scale. So this. So you see, on C. This is on C. You understand? Then this is on F. Easy peasy. So you understand? So now, minor scale. Why is minor scale very important? You understand? I've talked about the most important scale. Now I'm coming back now. Minor scale. Now, why is minor scale very important? I'm not going to give there's chord compositions. Like for your major scale, your chord 1 is always converted to a major. But in minor scale, your chord 1 is a minor. You understand? Your chord 2, I think your chord 2 is also a minor. You get? But I'm not here for that. I'll give you just the composition of the minor scale, which is your 1. So your 1, 2, this is on F right now. So your 1, 2, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 6, flat 7, and 8. So I'm using number patterns so that you can apply it on any key. So let's do it on C. We're 1, 2, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 6, flat 7, 8. So sounds like this. Now, previously, I did a video, so you go check some of my old videos I've explained. I explained in that video 2 days ago, I said why a key is called a key. Why one key has 3 names. Sometimes you can call a key, you can say C minor is the same thing as D sharp, is the same thing as E flat. So go check a previous video where I explained that secret. And I also explained the secret whereby I said every single major scale is a potential minor scale. So I'm not here to go in details. So go watch that video. I did a lot of explanation to that is very essential that you find useful. So the second most essential skill that everybody should need is this. It's your minor scale. And I've given you the formula. Now, how do you use your minor scale? It's cool. You can use, generally, this is how you use scales. You can use scales as progressions. You can use scales to end a song. You can use scales to spice up. So let me say we are playing on a simple progression like 1, 4, 6, 5, 1. Then I would call upon the Lord, who is worthy to be praised. Then I want to sound, You see what happened now? So I use it, and I will praise and lift you up, El Shaddai. So I'm using it now to end the song. But that is not it. There are other things you can use minor scale to apply. For example, say this one. I know some people hear this a lot. They've heard this kind of sound, but they don't know how is this gotten? How is this gotten? So also this one. So see. So I'm going to show you how to do that and show you the instance where you can use this in a particular real-time situation in applying it to a song. So this is just very simple. Once you master your minor scale on any key, 1, 2, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 6, flat 7, 8. It's very simple. So you're going to play, you assign numbers to them. So you have your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's an 8-note scale. So you're doing something like this. Then you do this. I'll take it again. So on your left hand, you're playing this. So you're playing your 1, 2, 3, the particular 3 that makes up the minor scale, which is your flat 3. You're playing it as a major chord. So in this case, in C minor scale right now, the 3 is E flat. So I'm going to play E flat, which is also D sharp. I'm going to play the major chord of D sharp, so something like this. So understand. So that's the first one for my left hand. So I'm doing this. Then I go to my chord 4. Then I come to chord 1. So just 3 progressions. 1, 4. This is my 3 in minor scale right now. 3, 4, 1. But you can decide to do 1. Well, let's link it to this 1. So 3, 4. Then on your right hand, you're doing. Let's take it light. So see. All you can do, so you're just doing 2, 1, 2, flat 3, then 4, then you come back to 3 on your major scale. So then 3. So now, if you want to apply this song, and I will praise and lift you high, El Shaddai. You see, and I will praise and lift you high, El Shaddai. You see, we've now applied it in a real life, real time situation. So remember what I told you, you use scales for ending a song, use scales as progressions, and use scales to spice up, you understand? So in this case, we're using it to spice up. Now, there's this popular Domon song that they use this, but I've forgotten the song. If I get to remember, I'll show you. But this is it. Now, this particular technique, using especially a minor scale that I've shown you right now, can apply on any single song. On any single song. When you want to end the song, use it as an announcement. You understand? So if you do another song like, let's say, and I would go away, just playing, and you know what I'll be for life. You understand? So this is how you can apply. First way to apply, you can still shift your chord on your left hand. You can bring it forward. So if you do the first movement, that then you can do this other one. So you see, so you're doing this, you go to 4, you come to 1, then you do this one. So you'll do again. Very cool. So on this other side, you're playing your flat 6 as a major chord. You're playing your flat 7 as a major chord. Then you come down to your 8. But all these are all gotten from minor scales. I don't want to start going too deep on the theoretical aspect so that I don't get some of the beginners confused, you understand? So you get, so this is one way you can apply your minor scale. Very beautiful. So when you hear people play something like, now it will interest you to know that you can even do this from a major scale, but original pattern it was gotten from minor scale. So you hear people do something like this. Minor scale. See what's happening. See what's happening here. See what's happening. So now let's go to the third essential scale every piano player should know. The third most essential scale. Now this third one is called the chromatic scale. If you master chromatic scale, you've mastered something. You've tried your best. You've done something very good for yourself. If you can master chromatic scale, imagine playing a song. So it's cool. So mostly chromatic scale is used to add spice. It is used to gain speed, and it's good to add some very good techniques. So what is chromatic scale? Chromatic scale is just playing from a key, moving forward or backward without skipping any note of the key. Any note. So for example, just playing all keys without skipping any one. If you're on C, you just move from C. If you're on C, you move from C. You move from C, you go to C sharp, you go to D, you go to D sharp, you go to E, you go to F, you go to F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp, B. You understand? You're just moving around the keyboard. That's chromatic scale. You can do it backward. So you see? Then you can start developing speed. So you get to develop good speed. It helps you. You can do with your left hand also. So you get, so that is what chromatic scale is. There's no particular straight formula. Just any key you use as your root, just play all the keys going forward. Very easy. Now, how can you use chromatic scale? You can use chromatic scales very, very well, especially if you want to do something like a grace notes. Let's pick a song. Let's say, Amazing Grace, I'll sing. see what I did? This was a chromatic attempt, a chromatic technique I used to go to my 7. This is on F, to go to my 7. So, you see what I'm doing with chromatic scale? I'm not saying you should just play all the chromatic scale. No. But it's a very good skill that can enable you. It helps to develop speed. It helps and you can use it for spice. For example, if I want to do those, see what I did? So this was a chromatic movement. It's cool. So how do you do this? How do you do this? It's very simple. If you have a progression of, let's say you want to go to chord 4, it's on F now, you want to go to chord 4, all you can do to run a chromatic movement to that, depending on the duration of the progression from where you are to the next progression, because you have to check the timing, you understand? So you can move 3 notes chromatically to that key, 4 notes, while you maintain your left hand as the progression. So I can do something like this. So if I do El Shaddai, El Shaddai, or El Shaddai, so I want to go to 5. So with time you get better at it, you improve on it, then you develop creativity. So that's it. When you get more, more better, more good at it, that starts to sound something like this. You see, it's chromatic movement. You see? Yeah, you do this. You can even use both hands. Chromatic. So this is the third most essential skill every piano player should know. Very, very beautiful. And that's how you can apply it to your playing, and it's going to add very good color. So what is the fourth essential skill that every piano player should know? Is your pentatonic scale. So see, see. So pentatonic scale, very nice scale, very beautiful scale, very short and simple. But you see, creativity, I always tell people, everything you should pray for, is everything you should practice, is try to explore, try to develop good creativity. Or here, creativity is what gives you the ability to transform something simple to something unusual and something mind-blowing. You understand? So it's all about creativity. Now, this is the formula for chromatic scale. So 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 8. Very simple. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 8. 8, 6, 5, 3, 2, 1. Now you're able to now make it sound very beautiful. So if you do now, if you get to this other point, when you do and you're coming backward, you're coming like this, all you have to do is just repeat it again. You get there, yo. So in applying it, it's not like you must always do. No. You can now get creative about it and scatter it. What I mean by scatter, you can repeat one note twice, you can repeat 2 notes twice, you can do something. So I can do something like this. I can do. You see what's happening? But I'm still within my chromatic and pentatonic. I can do one note 3, 2 times. Then you start getting creative to do something like that. You see? Then you get even more creative. Now you're not getting speed and the rest. You do forward, you do backward. Cool. Now, what can you use chromatic scale for? In fact, I use it so well also, especially when you're doing something like a solo. Cool. So if you're playing something like a very cool funk groove, just it's very simple. You see what's happening with chromatic? Now I want solo. You see, using pentatonic scale. Now, you can add your pentatonic scale with notes. If you want to get more creative, you can add it with notes outside the pentatonic scale. So if you have your pentatonic scale as this, you can now start doing something like this. You see, so you can do something like to add your solo. So if your initial solo was this, you can now do something like this. Now you see, I'm now doing pentatonic. I'm now applying pentatonic with chromatic. I'm now applying pentatonic with minor scale. Hello. Oh, sorry, we had a mic disconnect. So I'm now applying pentatonic now with minor scale. Apply with blue scale, with chromatic scale. So when you develop creativity on it, you cannot start doing what you want. Now, see, this is something that a lot of people miss. You understand? If you're thinking of sounding unique or you want to create a sound, there's something called music composition. Compose your sound. Anything you can do with your mouth, you can produce from your mouth or from your mind, and it comes out from your mouth. You can play it. It might take you time, but you can play it. Now, this is what you do to sound yourself, to sound unique. Pick up your recording device and look at your phone or your recorder and just record the sound. You say you want to do chromatic scale. You can now do so. See, now you've recorded it. Once you've gotten that one, boom, you've gotten line 1. You call it line 1. You go again. You now come. You see, that's how you composing it, and you're recording it. Each one you play, you're recording it. That is how you will compose your own sound, and before you know, you have composed a solo for up to 1 minute. Up to 1 minute, you've composed a solo. You see, composing music with keyboard and musical instruments is even more difficult than singing with voice. I'm telling you, it's even more difficult. So we see people compose with their key instruments and respect them. Buy them food, buy them pure chewing gum or chicken, anything. Because it's not easy. So you see, that's how you compose, and that is one way you can sound unique. If you don't want to sound like, if you see the way I play, I don't sound like anybody. I sound myself. I don't sound like anybody. You can't associate with anybody. I try to sound myself. And that is the way I teach all my students also: sound yourself, sound unique. Now, I can look at some techniques, pick your techniques, get your creativity, then try to build on it. You understand? So this is one secret I'm giving you in this class, a bonus. That's how you sound unique. You sound yourself. So you pick it, break down your solos into seconds. From seconds, 10 seconds. In the first 10 seconds, what will you do? You now say, okay, in the first 10 seconds, I'm going to do this. So you have now do. Then you now say, okay, in the next 10 seconds, I'll do another one. So when I combine, then you develop speed. That's how you be doing it, and you get something. So that's good. You understand? So pentatonic scale is the fourth most important scale, fourth most essential. It's very useful for solos. You understand? So there are ways you can apply. You can now go slow. You develop. See, anything you can play slowly, you can play it fast. Anything you can play slowly, you can play it fast. So always start slow. Most times, the issue with people is most times they don't know the exact fingering techniques to make them play fast. Because there's a finger technique you use for a skill that will enable you play it fast. If you use a wrong finger technique, you might not be able to play that skill fast anyways. But that's a topic on its own. So let's go to the fifth most important skill. So try and apply a pentatonic scale. If you take it a song, and I will pray and lift you up as you see? Oh, you can even do it. See? Very beautiful. That's by the way. So the next one, the fifth most essential skill every pianist should know is your what I'm trying to think about that scale. Relative minor scale. Yeah, it's your relative minor scale. Very, very, very essential. Now, what's a relative minor scale? So I'm going to give you something like this. So this one, it's a relative minor. So relative minor means it's a scale that shares the root. It's a scale that the root position of that scale starts from the 6th. So let's say if we have our actual key we are working on as key F. Now, if you want to play a relative minor for key F, relative minor scale, it means you're going to transform these roots of F, you put it on D. It's going to start from D. So instead of doing this as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, you now do D, E, F, G, A sharp, C, and D. So it now be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Do you understand? So how do you apply this? You do it on any key. It's very simple. If you're on C, if you want to play this relative minor, just start counting your 1 from 6 and go straight. You understand? How do you apply this in real-time situations? I'm going to give you that. Now, if you hear some songs that sounds like this, if you do in application, it means every chord, every relative minor and chord progression or number will be replacing the chord progressions of your major scale also. So if your major scale was 1, it means your chord 1 in your major scale was F. It means your new chord 1 will be your 6. Your chord 2 now will be your 7. Your chord 3 now will be your 8. Your chord 4 will be your 9. Your chord 5 will be 10. Your chord 6 will be 11. Your chord 7 will be 12. Your chord 8 now will be 13. And that is why we have most times we have 13 chord as the largest chord. as the longest chord. But that's another topic on its own. That's another topic on its own. Explaining why we have 13 number patterns. And why don't we say 14, 15, 16, 17, 18? That's another topic on its own. But let's continue. So if I want to sing a song, let's take a song like we call upon the Lord. So simple. To show you an example. 1, 2, 1, 4, 5. Now, if you're gonna do it on a relative minor, it will be. See, I like relative minor because it's very, very beautiful. It adds some color to some progressions. Now, if you've been feeling stuck on playing only progressions from your major scale, you feel like you're sounding the same every time. You're sounding the same. Try a relative minor scale. Use it to replace your major scale. You see some difference. It sounds very beautiful. So instead of doing 1, 4, 5, I'm now replacing my 1 with 6, replacing my 4 with 2, replacing my 5 with 3. So I'm now doing 1, 4, 2, 1, see the different. If it is major, I'm playing it to be. So tell me, which one do you think sounds beautiful? I like the relative minor though, but it doesn't take the place of your major. Some people write songs and they write songs on relative minor scale. That is why when people say song is starting on chord 6, how do you find the key when a song is starting on chord 6? If a song is starting on chord 6, it means probably they wrote that song using relative minor. So it's very simple. If it starts on chord 6, all you have to do is look for the chord 1 of the original of the relative minor scale. If the chord is on 6, which is a minor chord, all you have to do is look for the major scale of that relative minor scale. So in this case, we have D minor chord. If you have D minor chord, on which major scale can you find a D minor chord? It is F major scale. I mean, on which major scale can you find a D minor chord at the position of chord 6? It's very important so that you don't go and quote me. At the position of chord 6, it means it will be F major scale. And that's why I told you from the start that your major scale is the most important of all. So let's pick a song like You are the reason why I lift my voice, why I lift my hands, my hands, why I lift my voice, why I sing to you. Now let's replace it with relative minor. You are the reason why I lift my voice, why I lift my. Okay, you are the reason why I lift my hands, why I lift my voice, why I sing to you. You see what's happening? You are the reason I'm alive today, all because of you. It's just to give you praise. You see, I know a few songs that are written on relative minor. Like there's this song, Oh Lord, we magnify your name. Oh Lord, we magnify your name. This one is purely written on relative minor. That one I know it very well. So, oh Lord, we magnify your name. We magnify your name. Now, some songwriters can be very creative and mind-blowing. They write songs in relative minor and write songs in major scale. So they write their songs, some songs they write it in relative minor scale. Then up in between the song, they now write it on major scale. That's why you will listen to a song sometimes. It's as if they change key. And before I know, they have changed key, boom, they land on the key, they link it again. Listen to that song again. Most of the times, they are doing the relative minor technique. If you're really enjoying this tutorial and you have not shared this video, I don't even know what to tell you right now. So they're using that relative minor technique. For this song now, oh Lord, it's a relative minor scale. We magnify your name. Oh Lord, we magnify your name. They now switch to a major scale. For the things that you have done. Da, 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 da. We magnify. They go back to relative minor. Your name. We magnify your name. See. So imagine if you really wanted to use relative minor to play it all. No, you wouldn't have. It's going to be sound out. So if you hear progressions that sound like this. I think there's one song that I can't remember. It's a relative minor they wrote that song on. Very beautiful. Oops, it's almost 1 hour, so I have to end here. I don't like my class to be up to 1 hour. I'm going to make another class and I'm probably going to continue. But this will really, really go a long way to help you to understand the 10 essential skills every piano player should know. Now, if you really love this, thanks for watching. And I'm going to see you same time tomorrow, 9 o'clock. Don't be late. Bye and enjoy your day. Bye-bye.